My husband forgot the last 8 years and now he wants a divorce. I have been with my husband Josh since we were seniors in high school. We overcame long-distance educational and job difficulties, unplanned pregnancies, medical issues, everything. He is my first. I cannot imagine life without him, but now I have to get used to it. 2 months ago, Josh woke up next to me, shocked. He asked what I was doing on his chest, who I was. Normally when he wakes up, he gives me a kiss on my forehead. But this was different. He backed away while I tried to touch him. He looked horrified. He started demanding to know where he was. He also wanted to know where a woman named Lisa was. I was confused and scared to say the least. I tried to explain that I'm his wife and that he's home safe. He shook his head. Josh yelled he would have never married me in a million years. He started running around our house looking at photos of us and out of the windows. He refused to let me get too close, so I called his mom and she talked to him on his phone. He freaked out that I knew his passcode and he started wailing about what was going on. I called his therapist and he was taken to the hospital. He was put on a 5,150 mental health crisis. I had his mom come take him when it was up. When he got home a week later, he accepted that I was his wife, but kept saying us being together was wrong. He didn't go to work for a bit, and I noticed he was obsessively searching for a woman named Lisa who went to a college he turned down for me. I have never seen this woman and I wondered if he possibly had an affair in the past. I found messages to a number from him a week later where he begged Lisa to talk to him, but she said she had no idea who he was. The phone wasn't public, so he must have it memorized. I asked his mom about it, and she asked him the same question. He responded, "She's the love of my life." He was so distraught he tried to take his own life. He went back to the facility and evaluated again. I was given options, but I wanted him home, so he got prescribed some medication. His sister stayed with us until he seemed stable, but Josh would act so cold towards me. He would ask questions about why we got back together and how upset he was that we were when we broke up. Originally, I cursed him out for 3 hours straight and later found out he had made a move on Lisa. He told me not to worry about it. He would say he didn't know how he could love me again after all I said. He refused to do chores and would stay out into the night for hours. Over a month ago, he came to me and asked for a divorce. "I am not for you, and you are not for me. Look at you, and then look at me. This isn't high school anymore." I told him he's not that insecure little boy anymore, and he was the love of my life. He had been publicly embarrassed years ago in regards to me. He used to be insecure that I was too good for him, and then that everyone knew that. He left that night, and had his sister come get his things for him. He looked at me with nothing but apathy. It hurts. His sister urged him to try again, and he came back. With a lump in my throat, I told him my feelings. I don't want to throw away 10 years together over a mental break. Please. I love you, and I know you love me. It worked. He gave in. We were both thriving career-wise and had virtually no issues up to this point. We were renovating this very house together. It was like trying to date him again, but everything seemed to be moving in a positive direction. We even slept together, and I thought that was proof things were great. He was so caring and attentive, like I remembered, so I figured he was getting there. He initiated it and wouldn't stop telling me how beautiful I was. Then 3 nights ago, something happened. I came home from work to find Josh sitting quietly at the kitchen table, drinking. He never does that. He had been waiting for me. He slammed divorce papers and his phone onto the table. His phone was into text messages with explicit photos and mentioning of a night together with a woman named Lisa. Not the same one, but apparently someone he met on Tinder. I will never forget the venom in his voice when he said, "Now will you divorce me?" I went to our room and locked the door and just cried. I heard him leave and his sister took him away. She texted me an apology and said she's turning him back into the facility, but I told her to just take him and I'll sign the papers but not to tell him. My mother and brother are flying to help me with this. Everyone is shocked and I cannot fathom what has happened. We have been trying for a baby too. We just did it unprotected, and I'm missing my period. I wonder if I should get tested for STDs too.